Give me just a moment here. I'm making sure we are indeed live on YouTube. There you go. Y'all been photobombed by Wicket for the evening. Okay, I am live on YouTube. Fantastic. My name is Fleet Captain Robin Kearney Fraser. I am the commanding officer of Space Station Requiem. We are a all-inclusive science fiction fan club. This by all-inclusive, what do we mean by that? That means we also welcome in Star Wars, we welcome in Marvel Universe, we welcome in anime, we welcome in gamers. So we are here in Bandera County. We are the gateway to adventure for this area. We are aiming to be all inclusive of everything that happens in our area, gaming wise. And I came across some interesting stuff today that I'm probably going to share with you a little bit later on when we get down into our engineering. But I am on a timer a little bit tonight because I do have a sore throat and dealing with a lot of stress today. So we are going to get right down to it. And transitions, slideshow, come on, slideshow. Come on. Slideshow from the game. Yes, I do love to talk to myself. It's the only way I can have an intelligent conversation some days because, well, you know, the dogs just look at me funny. Today is the 18th of September, 2021. There were a lot of anniversaries this month that have happened. For those of us who are around in 2001, we all remember the September 11th bombings, not bombings, plane hijackings and everything that happened with that, with the two towers falling, the Pentagon, and then all the passengers who downed the plane in the Pennsylvania field. We do like to remember to honor them every year, and as such, we do all of our programs from Guilds of Requiem do take 2,997 minutes of silence. That equates to over 3 days. During that time, we do not post anybody from our mod squads will not post in any groups. We are still there watching to see, just to keep everything safe, and maybe comment and keep conversations going, but as us ourselves, we are on a break in observance for that, as it's a very hard day for a lot of us. A lot of us are never going to forget that day. A few of us lost family and friends that day. I know for myself, it was 3 very heart-aching, harrowing days until I heard from my uncle who worked on the 97th floor of the North Tower. Thankfully, he had not gone to work that day. He wasn't feeling good. So if you want to thank the flu, I thank the flu a lot, because without the flu, my uncle would have been at work that day. But we are going to go ahead and get started. And we were going to try to do a fun little game here. A little pre-meeting fun, depending on if we're waiting on some people. I know a lot of people are currently in the Starfleet Command Quadrant 1 weekly chat that starts at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Everyone who is a member of Starfleet Command Quadrant 1 is welcome to join into that. We do have a poll up in our secret group. Please make sure you vote on it to let us know if you want to keep on Saturdays or if you want us to move to Sundays. But we're going to have a little pre-meeting fun here. How well do you know your Space Station crew members? Space Station Requiem crew members. Give me just a second here. Oi! Lay down. Dogs take me being online as a cue to start roughhousing. So a little bit of fun here. People are welcome to sound off in the comments. I'm going to tell you 2 truths and 1 lie about myself, just to see how much you know about me, or if you follow my pages, how closely you pay attention. And I'm not going to tell you which one is the truth, and I'm not going to tell you which one is the lie. And I am going to mix them up. So just for anybody who's listening to my voice that wants to know if they can tell if I'm lying or not by how I speak, I'm 47 years old. There you go. It's out there. I'm not ashamed of it. Hi, Jeff. Thank you for logging in with us tonight. So a little bit about myself, and in here, there's going to be 3 facts, and one of those is going to be a falsehood. So I guess you can say 2 facts and 1 lie. I hold a PhD in several fields. I started out with a theology degree, and then I later went into law enforcement at my family's urging, and then got a degree in science, chemistry, and in adult education. And now I'm talking about PhDs in there. So one of those degrees is not truthful. I do hold all those degrees, but not necessarily a PhD in them. So if you think you know which one is the lie, drop it down below in the comments section on the video on YouTube. We'll also make sure we share the links out on Facebook, and I'll keep an eye out for them there. But we are going to leave the commenting on in YouTube so that people can guess there. And then in time for our next meeting, I will take all of the correct answers, put them in a drawing for a Space Station Requiem t-shirt.
Now I'm here.
Now you're here. All right. I did adjust our agenda a little bit because I had invited the command staff for Starfleet Command Quadrant 1 to join us this evening, and they're like, "Oh no, we're gonna, we have a meeting going on." And then I found out that the meeting is that they're having a Zoom party that started an hour ago. So I moved them to the.
Bear with me. I just got back from Dallas about 20 minutes ago.
That's okay. I'm probably just going to read through everything, but let people in as they come in. The gals are a little bit late on taking down from the Highway 151 pop-up market. It's at 151 410 by Overstock Furniture in a parking lot. So we're waiting on them to get home and put food in their bellies and to see if they're going to be able to join in with us. So it might just be you and me BSing around tonight, but we'll get through the business part as quickly as we can.
Sure.
So on our agenda, we're going to go through our departmental reports, and I have them listed there. We're going to go over upcoming chapter and Guild of Requiem events. Hopefully Starfleet Command will be able to log in by that time and join us so that they can give us some updates on what's happening in the world of Starfleet, Starfleet Academy, and Starbase 4. And then we'll end the evening off with a Q&A session, and we're going to do this at the end of every quarter, with the exception of December, because that is our annual Yuletide celebration. We kind of want to keep that fun and, save the questions for another time when we're not really doing business. We're there to celebrate.
Sure.
So at the end of every quarter, our meetings will have all the information listed publicly, how to join our Zoom meetings. As I stated earlier, my name is Fleet Captain Robin Kearney Fraser. I am the commanding officer of Space Station Requiem. And this is my view from the center seat. I'm going to revisit our open senior staff positions. Our civilian and pet fleet are live. We do have new members. Unfortunately, I found out this morning that someone who joined at the end of last month, in essentially him, his wife, and all of the animals on their ranch paid for our domain name for us to be able to have a paid account with Space Station, with Wix. Unfortunately, he lost his battle to COVID early this morning. So that was I've been taking it very hard today. I've also been informed that one of my friends lost his brother to COVID, and a couple of our members have also experienced their own personal losses today. I don't know the details on them, but I want them to know that we are thinking about them.
Well, that's terrible.
For those who are paying attention to our groups and our pages, you did see that we now have a steampunk unit Facebook page and Facebook group. We took over the Learning Pavilion of Requiem for homeschoolers, to kind of give us a base start off, and versus having to create another group. Matt just walked in the door. Nothing will be live on the website except for signing up until October 23rd. Come October 23rd, I will unhide the links for the actual steampunk unit and make it live on the website as well when we start VanTuckyCon. I would like to thank RK Lewis for our domain name. It's spacestationrequiem.org, and once again for their sponsorship of our website through Wix.
Yeah.
So why is senior staff important? I'm one person. You don't have, a lot of times you don't have just one boss. There's a hierarchy of people that, if you need help with your paycheck, you go to payroll. You need help with purchasing supplies, you go to HR. You got a question about your benefits. And Space Station Requiem is no different. Currently, all departments for officers are open, with the exception of the executive officer. You do need to be a member of Starfleet Command Quadrant 1 for at least 30 days. You do have to have your departmental exam completed before applying. And then you have 30 days to complete phase 1 with a 90-day probationary period. And that is for our departmental commanding officers. Which is that?
I thought you had a communications officer.
Well, you're your chief of communications.
Oh, no, I meant what's her name?
No.
I thought it was
Mikey took over as has applied and passed phase 1 and phase 2 for the executive officer. So communications and operations is open again. For us, our departmental chief is the member with the senior most tenure. They are unofficially the chief, and we'll designate them with a D because they were designated targets. However, any member can submit to be the chief for a specific department, and that includes our civilian fleet as well. Our expectations of senior staff is to provide, to attend the meeting, or at least provide a departmental report prior to the meeting. That usually falls on the shoulders of the departmental command officer, but the departmental chief is also able to assist with it. We do ask that each departmental commanding officer and departmental chief post at least once in our public group, and participation when and where able to is compulsory. Participation by senior staff encourages participation by members. So what are the perks of being a senior officer? These are the people who are through Starfleet Command Quadrant 1, and they've taken their phase 1 and they hold the rank of ensign or higher. Guilds of Requiem and Space Station Requiem will pay for your Starfleet Quadrant 1 renewal your first year after you've completed your probationary period. If you've been with us for 5 years in a senior officer position, we will pay for a lifetime membership for you and your family. We have a discount code for our print on demand provider to purchase items near cost. I'm still kind of working out the details with Printify on that and how it will relate through our website and everything. Printify tells me Wix needs to set it up. Wix says no, Square needs to set it up. Square says no, Wix needs to set it up. And I just threw my hands up in the air and said, I'm walking away from it for a while. Executive officer reporting is now Ensign Mikey Lee Gravely. Her probationary period will be over come our December meeting. So I really need to throw an acting executive officer in front of that. She has updated her slides for me, and we decided to go with second thoughts. There's a joke in there for anybody who knows me.
Mm-hmm.
And her biggest thing is never give up on your dreams. They can become a reality when you put in your heart and soul into them. She has an extensive volunteer history. She has real life job skills in management. So especially with working with nonprofits. So I'm really excited to be able to work with her. And she's given a few goals going into the last quarter of 2021. She'd like to get on board and get everybody else on board with our recruiting promotion that we have, which increases our member numbers. We do have a recruiting competition for recruiting into our civilian and pet fleet, for recruiting into Starfleet Command Quadrant 1 on the space station Requiem, and we will be adding in recruiting in for our steampunk unit, and those are a family through our civilian program. And if you are a member of Starfleet Command Quadrant 1, you're definitely welcome to join us with your kids without having to change your chapter affiliation. We're here to provide activities for the youth. She would like to make sure that we continue to complete all reporting in a timely manner, which shouldn't be a challenge for us as we submit ours on the 1st. And she has set herself for a goal for the Academy, Starfleet Academy, of completing all of the departmental exams prior to her 6-month mark. The best way to reach Ensign Gravely is to either email spacestationrequiem@gmail.com, which is reserved for the CO and the XO, or spacestationrequiem@guildsofrequiem.com, which is reserved for our operations and communications departments, which does include command. Put in the attention line, subject line, attention XO, Mikey, and she'll know that it's hers. Communications and operations support. Right now, our departmental officer is vacant. Our departmental chief is Chief Petty Officer Jeff Lester, who is here with us this evening. We did fill a bunch of this in because it is a repeat from the other months. We would love some feedback on the new website and how Rift Runners, how well did that work for people for us to just publish it as separate blog entries on the website so that you can read whenever you're comfortable with it, or when you have time, or read which ones you want to read without having to read the whole thing. So please, 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 we would love to have some feedback on that at either one of our email addresses. Our next publication date is the first Saturday of January. The due date for submissions will be the December Yuletide celebration on the 18th at 7 p.m. Due to the rapid succession of holidays ending out the month of December, no late submissions will be accepted this time. And how are we going to accomplish this with all of us going on vacation after that meeting? Well, our blog feature has this wonderful thing where we can schedule posts to publish on a specific date and time. So that means if you send me your article right now, I can go ahead and set it up to publish on January the 8th. The other fun thing about our website is we can make certain documents from our Google Drive, from the Space Station Requiem Google Drive, public on our website. That does include these PowerPoints. And Jeff, please tell me that you can see the PowerPoint and I'm just not talking to myself on the camera.
Oh, you're moving quite along.
Okay, just wanted to make sure, because on my side it says it's up, but
last time we had to envision it.
Yeah, everybody's like, we don't understand what she's talking about. What is she talking about? Well, silly me didn't go all the way through with the share screen. So we are always on the lookout for content contributors and additional volunteers for this vital department. Next is our engineering search and rescue department. The departmental officer is vacant. Our senior most officer is Lieutenant Alexander Kearney. That does not necessarily make him the designated target because he is very busy down in Corpus Christi. Our designated target for departmental chief is Master Chief Petty Officer Christopher Van Cleve, who is off in Houston and was so kind as to provide his mom with a meme on just how hot is it in Texas when there's supposed to be a hurricane. Once again, welcome new members to our pet fleet, civilian and pet fleet. This is Wicket Caninoli. He's our Jedi, Master Jedi. He can look at you with those eyes and tell you know exactly what he wants. This is a new adventure for everyone. And so this, we've got a lot of learning to do with this. I don't know of any other Starfleet Command Quadrant 1 chapters that have their own civilian, pet, and youth programs on it. So whenever we're talking about stuff, we need to make sure that we're very communicative in the fact that Civilian and Pet Fleet and the Steampunk unit are purely space station Requiem programs. Anybody can be a general member. That is for free. That gets you access onto our Facebook group. We have, I think we're hitting 200 members in there, possibly more. It's been a while since I've done a member count on the Space Station Requiem public group, but anyone is welcome to join that on Facebook. We are going to reserve our forums and our groups on our website for those who are paid members. This does remove, by having these different programs, it removes the need to join a club that may not be a genre you're comfortable with. I know there's a lot of people who are like, Star Trek is it, man. There's nothing else outside of Star Trek. If you don't like Star Trek, well, then you're nothing to me. You know, and people see our comm badge and like, oh, obviously you're into Star Trek. You know, we don't have a lot of pictures of us up on the website yet in our different uniforms and cosplay to show that we are more than Star Trek. We have Star Wars people in here. We have Royal Manticore Navy. My mind just went totally blank on that because all I could think was Honor Harrington and David Weber. We have Marvel Universe, we have DC Universe, we have anime. Just made contact with a gal today that is completely all about Pokemon Go. So she is ready to get going with that. And by joining our Civilian and Pet Fleet, you are supporting two worthy projects. One of them is Space Station Requiem. The other one is our Service Dog Handlers Guild. Hello, Miss Rose.
Admiral, how you doing?
Hi, I didn't want to interrupt, so I stayed muted.
That's okay. I went ahead and I moved you guys to the end of all this, and I should get through it pretty quick.
Okay, go right ahead.
So our civilian memberships are open to anyone without regard to other fan club affiliations. Starfleet Command Quadrant 1 members are able to join us just for the benefit of Pet Fleet. So if you come to me and you say that you go to our website, your form, and you sign up and you say, I am so-and-so and I am on the USS Indianapolis. I'll confirm with their CO or someone else. And then if you want your pets to join Pet Fleet, you're welcome to it. Same way with our steampunk. If you have children that are into science, technology, engineering, arts, or math, we would love to have them in our steampunk unit. The proceeds from this project are used for funding Space Station Requiem and the Service Dog Handlers Guild of Requiem. Participation in persona creation is at the discretion of the civilian member. Costuming and cosplaying for events is understood. This is your time to shine with your favorite genre, except for events deemed casual. Then we're going to work on having t-shirts. We did have a t-shirt design contest, and we have them rolled out onto our website already. Our winner was Tanya Corbin. She was the only one who submitted a viable and usable design. And as such, we will be paying for her husband, and the rest of her family to join Starfleet Command Quadrant 1 at the end of the year. Upcoming step challenges. Step challenges, what are those? Those are, my mind's going to go blank on what their series tests through Starfleet Command Quadrant 1, Starfleet Academy. Basically, they're episodes, and you watch them. This month we are going through Voyager. Next month is going to be animated series or next gen, followed by Discovery or next gen. The reason that we did that is at the time everything was going to still be on next gen was going to be on Netflix through the end of the year. My understanding, Netflix no longer has any Star Trek on it. Did I understand some of the articles that I saw out there?
I have no clue. I don't do Netflix.
I know it's all on Paramount Plus. I finally broke down and got a year membership on it, and
that's where I get it.
Yeah, I've been binge watching. Man, I gotta say, I can't get into Discovery. Picard's been okay, but Discovery, man, I'm just still sitting there looking at it going, it hasn't won me yet. But anyone who participates or has participated and has sent us their scores at Space Station Requiem at guildsofrequiem.com will be placed into a drawing in the month of December for a free membership to Starfleet Command Quadrant 1. This challenge is open to all members of Starfleet Command Quadrant 1, not just the Space Station Requiem, and we will gladly pay your membership to make sure that you still stay a valued member of your own chapter. So those who saw, we had a winner for August. Ensign Mikey Gravely beat me by 2 exams and 20 points. And she has graciously donated the e gift certificate back into the challenge. This gift certificate is going to be good for any merchandise on the Guilds of Requiem website or the Space Station Requiem website. So winner for September is up to $125 now. If you are looking to have some unique gifts made for Christmas, now is the time to definitely see that you can get in on it, as several of our products do have a 4 to 8 week lead time. All participants, as stated earlier, all participants entered in the drawing will be entered in a drawing in December at our Yuletide celebration to pay for your Starfleet Command Quadrant 1 renewal. And only courses registered for and graded during that month will be counted. So everything you do in the month of September has to be done by the month of September. And you can let us know, hey, I just submitted it. I'm waiting for my final official score from the Academy, but I did get it done. And this is what the automated system gave me for a score, and we will accept that. You do need to have your Starfleet Command membership for at least 30 days so you can take Academy courses. This is another one of those benefits of being in Starfleet Command Quadrant 1. If you're from another chapter, check with your CO to see if there are promotion points available for your chapter on completing Academy courses. Each person is responsible for submitting their scores to Space Station Requiem at guildsofrequiem.com, subject line step challenge. It is not Rex's job with the Academy. It's not anybody else's job anywhere else. If you give us your permission along with your CO included in an email, your CO can submit on your behalf. Otherwise, it is up to you to submit your scores. Steampunk Aerodome. That kind of went soft live on me today. The Facebook group is made and the Facebook page is made for our steampunk, and STEAM is an acronym for science, technology, engineering, arts, math, and we're into it so much more than that. The official launch will be the 23rd of October 2021. And it is an excellent way to keep your younger ones engaged in fandom. If they already have a heart for any one of those topics, we would love to have them. This unit is definitely for you and your family. We have partnered with several organizations to help enhance the experience and knowledge base that we can draw from. One of those is the International Space Station. They have a program for schools and homeschoolers and youth organizations that you can join, and they have a lot of really good activities that relate to the International Space Station and space travel. So Steampunk unit is available with all civilian memberships. We are open for participation from other organizations and fandom that we are partnered with. Currently, that is Starfleet Command Quadrant 1 only. Parental involvement is a must, as many of the activities we make available in our newsletter and on their webpage when it goes live on the 23rd may need guidance of a knowledgeable adult. If there's anyone graphically gifted that would like to design specifically for the steampunk unit only, please let me know. We will pay for your family membership into Starfleet Command Quadrant 1. And we're on to medical and sciences report. Currently the departmental officer is vacant. Our designated target for our departmental chief is Specialist Heather Rosh. She is with family this evening, but she did make sure that we have up here updated that the gala for Krokonski Rainbow Center, Krokonski Place Rainbow Senior Citizen Center. Wow, should have practiced that a few times, did get moved to November. So that means anyone who is a member of Space Station Requiem is able to go to this nice little link right here and still sign up. We have a tabletop of 10 and currently only 6 people signed up. So we've got room for 4 more. What to expect? We do need to be there at 6 p.m. so that we can welcome their guests and mingle with the guests in persona, hand out flyers to anybody interested in the fandom, and we need to just look super fine in photos. Food will be available because we do have some people with food allergies that are, and the warning is up here on the form. Our table is being kept away from the food, but we ask that you kind of keep an eye out to make sure that I'm not sitting at the table when you come back with that spicy barbecue and jalapeno. Spasmatics are scheduled to start playing about 9 p.m. They are very psyched about having Trekkies at this event that when they had to move their date to November because of COVID, Spasmatics was like, hey, as long as the Trekkies are there, we're coming back. We will be there for you. And I'm like, wow, we're popular already. This is great. So they will let us know before November 1st if the event will go on this year due to increased COVID cases happening. Either way, they're thrilled to have us at their annual fundraiser every year. So what we're asking people to bring: your A game on costuming and uniforms, an energetic passion for all fandoms. We call it the getting to meet the Pope behavior. And the reason that we're saying that we want you on your best behavior is because a tabletop for 10 is $1,500. That is essentially what they are paying us to show up in uniform and be their event ambassadors. We are not paying that $1,500. They are basically paying our $1,500. If we were to attend just as an individual person, it would be $200. So kind of think about that. You just got paid $200 to dress up in your favorite costume and uniform and be yourself. So it's kind of a win-win in my book. A cash bar is available for drinks. We do ask that you know your limit, as both the Space Station Requiem and the USS Masamune have a zero tolerance policy of being intoxicated at an event. Space Station Requiem actually has a zero tolerance policy of even being seen drinking while mingling with the guests. And if you have to ask, yes, there's a reason why this is there. We are there as their ambassadors. Community events, charities, and ways to be included no matter where you are. Starfleet Command has a sponsored, actually I forgot to change that. They sponsor Pop Tab collection for the Shriner hospitals. So if you make a donation to your local Shriners hospital of Pop Tabs, get a copy of the receipt, a picture of you turning them in, preferably in a Star Trek uniform or other something that lets us know that you're there in the name of fandom. You can also do the same thing if you have a Ronald McDonald House charity that is closer to you, and that is specifically a Space Station Requiem. We are also participating in Box Tops for Educations. They have now made it easier than ever to submit Box Tops for Education. They have an app. You scan the QR code, and once a month, they tell you how many points you've earned for your school. Send us a screenshot of that, and we will put you down for some promotion points. If you happen to volunteer at a local charity event, no matter where you are or who you are, you always have that option open to you. Just tell us when, what, where, hey, and when, and how you participated. Photos of you in cosplay or a Cub shirt and representing fandom is expected. Please email all this information to Space Station Requiem at guildsofrequiem.com. If you know of any other community service opportunities, please let us know. Our fan base is always willing to help and looking for new ways to help. We are finally to our security department. It is vacant. We do have specialist Janet D. Piazza. She is also the XO of the USS Masamune, our sister chapter in fandom. And of course, the big upcoming event that we have is BantuckyCon. It is being held virtually the last week of October. Because it is online, other chapters of Starfleet Command and other fandoms are encouraged to participate. This is our one time a year all hands on deck event, and like I said, only happens once a year. The steampunk unit will be officially activated on the 23rd. If you would like to help provide any activities or entertainment, they must be family friendly. Our new website has several features that we're looking forward to using, where we can host activities and post videos to, along with our YouTube channel. Vending information, we try to make it as easy as we can. If you're presenting an activity or otherwise enhancing our event, it is free, and we will send a page of your designation a co-host invite to BantuckyCon on Facebook. If $20 is in your budget, we allow for one post per day that will be into the Facebook event group. We also have the event up on our website, so you get to post one time in Facebook and one time on our website. For $30, you can make 2 posts per day. For $50, and remember, this is a whole week, that 23rd to the 31st. This is going to give you unlimited postings, and we will invite you to be a co-host for the event on Facebook that automatically populates this event to your business page. All proceeds are going to benefit Space Station Requiem and future events. And now we're down to our Starfleet Command special reporting. I'd like to welcome Admiral Rose, and sorry, I've actually never heard your last name said out loud, that I don't want to butcher it right now. But what do you have for us from Starfleet Command Quadrant 1, Admiral?
That is a good question.
I can pronounce Copton. It's yours and Ed's last name. I'm sorry, I've never actually heard it out loud. I keep thinking of chicharrones, and then I go to the kitchen and get a snack.
Actually, you're correct, but I guess the Americanized version would be Sakaran.
Karen, okay.
All right, and Admiral Rose is fine. I'm good with that. As far as Starfleet Command goes, we just had an Admiralty Board meeting today discussing what we're hoping to do with the annual awards meeting. And I guess I'm going to have to say I can't comment yet, because I've got to go one step further up the line there to get everything okay that we talked about today. But it looks like there will be a meeting. We're just not quite sure exactly how it's going to go yet.
Okay, will most likely be a Zoom like last year.
We are still hoping to do a live meeting.
Okay.
And incorporate a Zoom meeting in there also.
Okay. By the way, congratulations on winning the election. When do you officially take office?
1/1. January 1st.
Congratulations.
January 1st. I was hoping Rex might be able to make it, and Maciel might make it, unless Albert Davis. We're getting there, getting some late minute stragglers. Rex Wood is our commandant for the Starfleet Academy. He can be reached off of the Starfleet Command website. Space Station Requiem is located in Starbase 4. That's kind of the sector where we are. And Maciel Delp is our commanding officer. And this is the fun part that we're looking forward to, because it's the end of our quarter. If you've got questions, we have answers. If you don't have an answer and it's something that requires a vote, let's do this and level up our fan club. Hello, Paula.
Oh, hi. Well, I'm just waiting on Mike and Mouse to come on. I think Mouse was having troubles getting on, so.
Mike is here, and it looks like
Elmer is working on it, so.
Yeah.
He's here, but he's not muted or anything, so, or unmuted, so he'll be on.
Did anybody from Starfleet Command have any questions to me about the programs that we're starting on our chapter, the steampunk unit and the civilian and pet fleet? I know another CO mentioned to me that they might feel that it could be confusing unless we designate it, specifically saying that this is a space station Requiem project.
I think you're correct about that. And as far as any kind of project where you're going to involve the entire fleet, you really need to take it up to the board,
Mhm.
just to make sure that you're not stepping outside the AFEDs with
Mhm.
anything that you're doing there. It seems like you have everything together, all your information. If you want to just send that to me, I can go ahead and send it to Fleet Commander and
Sure.
get it signed off on.
Yeah.
And it's not so much a matter of the space station Requiem doing this as it is you possibly listing it as a fleet-wide project.
Wide activity.
Right.
Yeah, I know we since we have it open to so many different fandoms, I wasn't quite sure how that would work. Right now we only have it opened up to the Masa Moon out of Starfleet International, and that's as far as it's going to go in that fandom.
Mhm.
And then we've got a local 501st chapter that has expressed interest in the steampunk unit, and then we also have a local anime club that is looking at possibly merging with us in specifically to take advantage of the youth program.
Right. Like I said, if you can just email me the information, I can send it on up the stream and hopefully get approval from that direction.
Yeah. Yeah, the
I mean, I
biggest
can't
thing
guarantee anything.
yeah, the biggest thing is that we're welcome and open to anyone in our private, I guess you can say in our mini projects, regardless of affiliation of organizations, unless it's an organization that's, I guess, directly in competition with us. I guess that's the best way to put it.
Right.
And give me enough time, and I'll convince the Masa Moon to come over to Starfleet Command.
Yeah. Like I said, just making it a fleet project, just because of the 501c, the nonprofit status, that kind of thing. At least get the fleet commander's approval
Okay, I can
before you
certainly
try
do
going
that.
there.
It'll
Which
probably
isn't
be
me
Monday.
yet. That
Yeah,
isn't
that's
me
not
yet.
you yet.
So.
Not you yet. You'll expect that email before Monday.
Okay. All right.
Oh.
And I will bump that right on up the line.
Yeah. We've got a memorial service. I've got an online memorial service tomorrow morning to do.
Mhm.
We opened up our civilian pet fleet, and a local supporter came in with him and his new wife, and basically their entire farm, and donated almost $500 to Space Station Requiem through pet fleet, through our pet fleet, and that is what paid for our domain and the hosting of a premium plan on Wix.
Mhm.
And we lost him this morning to COVID.
Oh, so sad. So sad.
So that was kind of a hard pill to hear first thing this morning. And then we've got a member who just lost his brother, and we've got another member who lost almost his entire family to an auto accident.
Yeah.
And then another one, I'm not quite sure what it was, but he lost somebody. So it was, kind of a hard hit right out of the gate with that little, I guess, general membership type program
Right.
that we have. But yeah, we've already got 50 people on that roster, and they're from all different fandoms.
Mhm.
Several of them they're not into Star Trek, but they want to be a part of Space Station Requiem because we're what there is out in Bandera County.
Right.
Bandera County has a population of 16,000 people, and even though we're a 45-minute drive from San Antonio, it's challenging for a lot of us to actually get into San Antonio to do functions and events.
I can understand that. And like I said, just
Yep.
just crossing the T's here and dotting the I's.
Dot in the I's. Got it. Has anybody checked out our new website?
I did.
Not yet.
I know when I updated the site with your new link, yes.
Did I have the store up there?
Oh, I think so. Yeah, I was surprised when he said, "Hey, can you update the link to this?" Because I'm like, didn't we just do this a couple months ago?
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. We found that as we were adding information for Space Station Requiem onto the Guilds of Requiem website, it was just getting to be too much extra coding, so to speak, to be able to get everything on there that needed to be on there, because yeah, it's just basically like Guilds of Requiem is Starfleet Command, and then Space Station Requiem is like its own little individual unit and chapter project of a larger program. That it really, it was getting lost on our parent website. People were saying that they had a hard time finding it, even though we had a link to it up in the right on the menu bar. People are like, we can't find your website. So and then when we were getting ready to put out Rift Runners, everyone's like, man, this is like a whole book, this, you're getting ready to publish a 12,000 page novel here. Maybe break, this stuff should be on a website somewhere, and this stuff should, maybe break it down into like blog posting was the big suggestion that we were given, was to just post everything as a blog, and Wix makes it really easy to work with and do, because we can schedule it ahead to publish when we want. So when we have an article ready and the graphics ready, I can, whoever's working on it can drop it in there.
Yep.
The only thing I haven't added to it yet, because I've got to kind of take my own pictures and I haven't quite put it on everything yet. I did one of those crazy things, and I actually followed a sponsored ad for Facebook. These are UV decals that stick onto anything.
Oh, cool.
So we now have, let's see if I can, I'm reaching in my box here trying to pull things out, because I was trying to get, oh man, and I turned my stand on again.
I guess the real question now is, how many times do you get those ads popping up for the same repetitive thing?
Actually, I haven't.
Oh, they got you once, and they're like, all right,
They got me once. That's all
they,
they, though they have been sneak peeking on my browser history for everything else. And then we decided to go with this comm badge, and I don't know if I got enough glare on it off or not.
Oh, wow.
But
That's nice.
we put it on there. I mean, it looks, if you get up close and inspect it, it looks like it is. It's a decal on here. I got the comm badges off of eBay, and the person's like, man, you just ordered 20 comm badges from me. What gifts? So I sent him a picture of what we were doing. He's like, you know what? I'll one better you. Let me see if I can redesign a badge for you with your tree of life to sell, to sell exclusively. And I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna argue with that. Oops, I gotta turn this. So yeah, I was really excited about that. And then we've got a couple of controversial items that when we're posting them in the private group, they're like, I really don't think this is the place for them. Like, no, you don't understand. This is an actual product that was requested. And the gentleman that I got the comm badges from bought the men's briefs.
Nice.
Like, one sell from everything, and the first one is the underwear. I know there's a joke in there. So
Yeah.
but,
I like.
As long as the joke is in the story and not in the underwear.
well,
Sorry, I had
that's
to.
okay.
You opened the door. I had to step through.
Well, well, the joke behind that is your gateway to adventure goes across the hiney.
That's fair.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
So let's see, Robin, just so I introduce myself real quick. We've chatted a little bit on Facebook, but this is the first time we've actually been on a Zoom together. And I think the only other person here I haven't met yet is Jeff. So
Yep,
hi guys.
Jeff is our I guess we call him, and we call him our departmental chief. That's our enlisted personnel that's in charge of a department. I know Starfleet Command reserves that for officers, but because we've got such a wide, diverse program, we wanted to have a way to be able to include everybody and help divide the load that comes with running a department. So we decided to have a departmental commanding officer and a departmental chief. Anyone who's an ensign above can apply to be an officer. That also requires membership in Starfleet Command Quadrant 1. Anybody who's just a general member or who chooses to remain enlisted but still wants to help in a specific department, that's who our I guess our senior departmental chief. I'm not quite sure what would be the other term to call them.
But we still have paid memberships though.
Yes, we still have paid membership. Yeah, paid membership with Starfleet Command Quadrant 1. If you have your membership with Starfleet Command Quadrant 1, that's automatically, you're a member of, if you have Space Station Requiem listed as your chapter, then obviously any program that we have is eligible to members of our chapter.
Okay, the only thing that I would say regarding this, according to the AFEDS, you can call them whatever on your ship.
Mm-hmm.
We just can't promote them as such. They can't be given that position in a promotion. They can be promoted in rank, but just not to that position.
Not to that. Yeah,
I understand that.
Yeah.
But like I said, according to the AFEDS, there's no issue with that.
Yeah.
As long as you're not bogging down our membership services with requests that we cannot fulfill.
Yeah.
Poor James.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Keeps pretty busy. You keep him pretty busy too, John.
I'm trying, and I'm hoping it gets busier for him here soon.
Yeah. That's our, kind of our goals. We want to keep him busy for the right reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Right. He doesn't need to be wasting time. Exactly. He doesn't have it to waste.
Yeah.
No,
Oh
he
my
definitely does
goodness.
not.
I know that one. I was telling somebody today everything that I do, and they're like, so how long have you been doing this? I'm like, well, I joined Starfleet International in 1996, and I've been in command staff on different chapters of different organizations since 1999. And they're like, and you did that with a full-time job?
Well, they don't tell you this until after you take the position, and then
Yeah.
you realize, oh yeah, okay.
I'm medically retired now, and I'm sitting here, and I sit here and I wonder, how did I do this 10 years ago? I mean, I had both of my boys were 9 and 15, and we had 6 foster children at the time. Plus we had my 3 cousins, orphan children, that we were trying, either hoping to adopt or find another family member who could adopt them. So our house was very, very full, very busy, and we were running the USS Joan of Arc in Corpus Christi at the time, and we were also running a Royal Manticore Navy chapter down there. And my ex and I, we were just, and I was going to school, and they're like, and you just went and did a convention for all weekend. What are you talking about, lady? And you mixed, and so now I sit back and I wonder, I'm like, how did I do all of that and still manage to sleep 6 hours a night?
I can't
You got
wait
6
until
hours a night?
I can't wait till I retire and get to find out what that's like.
I'm good
Well,
if I get maybe
that
2 or
was
3.
when we didn't have any babies in the house. Everybody was 6 years and older. Yeah, when we had babies in the house, that sleep was not a thing. Sleep was, yeah, it was a nice dream to think I would get to sleep some nights, but I wouldn't change those years for anything. I mean, those are some of the greatest kids I ever met. We in the 9.5 years that my ex and I were fostering children, we fostered 49 children, and
Oh,
I
wow.
am still in contact with all 49 children. And
Oh.
they all still call me
That's
mom. They all
crazy.
still, hey mom, you're a grandma. And I'm like, okay, which child is this? And because I know it's not my oldest boy. And then my youngest just messaged me the other day. He says, hey mom, I'm gonna pop the question with my girlfriend.
Wow. Congratulations.
I'm like,
Maybe.
How old was
dude,
that?
you've
How
only
old was
known
that
her
one?
4 months. You've only been officially dating for 4 months, man.
Ooh.
You both are in your second year of college. Roots.
Is it 19, 20?
19.
Oh my.
They're
Pump them
both
brakes.
19.
Pump them brakes.
Yep. I was like, dude, calm down. He's in chemical engineering with an emphasis on plasma energy program at University of Houston in the honors program, fast tracking it. And she is a psychology major up in University of UT of Texas in Fort Worth, Dallas. And she's also in an honors program. And I'm just like, you guys, please get through school first, please.
Yeah.
Listen to your mother on this one. I wish I could have gone straight from high school into college, but it was what it was. They got to watch their mom struggle to go to school and raise kids all at the same time.
That's a lot.
Yeah, we just 2018 is when I got my doctorate in adult education, and about 6 months later is when I had to officially stop going to school and stop working and everything. And I was 4 classes and a dissertation away from a second doctorate. And
wow.
they ended up, University of Phoenix ended up giving it to me as an honorary doctorate. So.
Wow.
Cool.
Now, how many kids did you say you went through? 40 some?
49 foster children.
49.
Plus I have.
Ed, can you imagine that?
I got 2 dogs and it's a lot to take care of.
That's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see your face when I said that.
I'm telling you, Robin,
Hi, can get here
you
and say hi?
have
You
been
can say
killing it.
hi? This is Cletus. He's doing his photo bomb.
Oh, right on, right on. Yeah, you've been busy. I just got my bachelor's in 2018, so I'm a kind of a late bloomer. But I was getting even less sleep back then. So
Yeah.
when I graduated, I was like, okay, now I can start maybe putting a little bit more time into this club. We'd been in the club since 2011. And I couldn't do much more than just show up for some meetings. And, I was the first officer on my ship. I said, well, school's done. So I guess I can do some more, get involved on the board or do some more support stuff. But I got to tell you, I'm jealous of you and all the other people. I know Mouse and Paula have been in Starfleet Command for a long time too. I didn't know about organized fandom until 2010. And we're all about the same age. So, I missed out on a lot, back in the 90s, I had no clue. I watched Generations by myself when it came out on video because all my friends, all they wanted to do was, drink and party, which I like to do, but I also like Star Trek, so,
My birthday is May 20th, 1974.
Okay. Okay. So I'm
Okay.
older. I've got quite a few years on you. So,
You're not helping him any, Robin.
right. So yeah, I missed out
Well,
on a lot of years of.
there's a little story behind that. My dad was a part of the Star Trek fan club that was all just written and typed all back then.
Mhm.
And this was the official club that was run by CBS Studios and all that.
Okay.
And so when he heard about Starfleet, and I never could find the certificate to see if it was international or command, forming on or near my birthday and my twin brother's birthday, he immediately went out and bought us memberships so that we would
Cool.
have a certificate with the same date as our date of birth.
Oh, that's way cool. Wow.
So I don't know which one it was to be able to go back and say, hey, by the way,
Which-
I am probably one of your oldest members.
Which year? What is the year of your birth?
1974,
Yeah.
May
had to be-
20th.
That had to be Starfleet Command. Because
Mhm.
International didn't actually come about until like 82.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And
Yeah,
actually,
I keep hoping I'm going to find those certificates and all the stuff that was sent to me from my dad.
cool.
Have you had anybody look on the roster to see if you are there?
I think when we first joined back in 2013, who was it that was CS at the time? I know Derek Sauls helped us. My mind is going blank of who is the command.
That would have probably been Kevin Johnson, I think,
think so.
in 13.
I know they tried going back and looking, and I don't know that anything was ever found because there was a couple of comments made that, well, we're just going to backdate your membership since you got a lifetime membership.
What name would it have been under?
It would have been under Kearney.
Okay.
Yeah, it'd be Robin, Elizabeth, and Christopher Patrick.
I'm going to jump off of here for just a second.
See if it's there.
I'm actually gonna jump off of here too because I gotta get my shop here closed down and get ready to head out for the night. So, but I
Have
wanted to
fun.
stop in and say hello and
Appreciate it.
I'll be back.
I think the general consensus for out of the our private group is that we're going to move our meetings to the last Sunday of the month or the fourth Sunday of the month at 7 p.m.
Sure.
because we've
Now
got
we gotta work on the gays in space switching their night too.
Yeah.
Because they're the only other group that's on Saturdays.
well we've got all of our members vend on Saturday and Sunday. And on
Mhm.
Saturdays, the vending doesn't end until 6 p.m. So Mikey and Janet, Des and Tanya all haven't been able to make it because, you know, they're taking down 8 10 by 10 canopies with tables and product
Yeah.
at the end of every Saturday and every Sunday. So they said last weekend it took them 2.5 hours to take down.
So they'll probably appreciate the not doing that on the
Yeah,
same night.
they're looking forward to moving everything to Sundays because the marketplace closes at 4 p.m. on Sundays.
Yeah.
So they're looking forward to being able to attend and join in. We try not to do anything on the weeknights because everyone works pretty much Monday through Friday and then some here.
Yeah.
Totally understand that.
Well, every once in a while, we'll get somebody to throw up in our ship chat and be like, "Hey, who's awake? Let's do a Zoom." And then you have 15 people jump on a Zoom for like 8 hours. So it happens.
I haven't done any of those in a while.
We were shooting for records here. I think it was 23 hours or something like that is the world record for Zoom. I think we hit 17.
Wow.
We haven't done one of the really, really long ones in a while.
Yeah.
So
I'm
we're
really
due
hoping
for it.
with some new members that we're picking up that are into gaming that we're going to be able to start doing stuff on our Discord server. Have online gaming sessions of D&D, Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, whatever.
Oh well, I mean,
I
you
know
know me. I have the game shop, and that's what all we do is game. So I got
Yeah,
guys
we
over
would-
here actually playing Magic and Flesh and Blood, and we're going up here in about an hour and playing D&D with like 8 of the ship crew. Get together on every other Saturday and we play D&D.
Yeah, it's one of the hazards of having I guess I think about 75% of my crew is long distance on me. So that's one of the hard things is we just can't all get together to do
Let's-
something. So we got to do it all online.
Let's touch base.
Right.
And we'll chat.
All right,
Yeah, 'cause
awesome.
I'm in Dallas.
So
Yeah, Jeff
All right,
is up in
guys, you have a good
Dallas. Heather Rosh, she's about an hour from Jeff. And then we've got some East Texas, we got some West Texas. So, and we got Francisco out of Italy. I do try to keep an eye on his posts. Google Translate
I
has
love
been
his
our
enthusiasm.
Yes, he is very, very enthusiastic, but unfortunately he forgets about time zones. So I'm laying there just starting to fall asleep because I took my 3 a.m. meds and I'm hearing ding, 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 ding. And I'm like, that's gotta be Francisco, man. I love you, dude, but it's 3 a.m.
Have you tried returning the favor?
Yes, actually, I waited until 9 o'clock our time to message to reply back to him. He's like, Captain, time zone. Yeah, it is very challenging talking to him. With my auto accident, I sometimes struggle with just English. But to remember Italian or any other language that I was once in possession of is even harder. And then he has got kind of a mini organization that he is running that's just Italy based only. And I think that's where a lot of the confusion comes from, is it's the central
Something aliens group.
Yeah, it's an alien group, but they've got a Star Trek component to it. They've got a Star Wars component to it. You know, they've got their own kind of like their own Starfleet. That's a sub component of it. They've got their own Rebel Alliance. They have a 501st contingency. And then it's always hard to know, okay, you know, is he actually at home at his computer, or is he somewhere traveling in Italy doing different things, showing up in cosplay for fundraisers and everything. And I keep telling him, you know, just I need a picture. Send me a picture and I can give you promotion points for that, you know.
Right.
That,
Not only that,
that's stuff that Fleet would love to know, you know, that
Right.
Starfleet Command Quadrant 1 would like to know. So we're working on it. Mikey and Janet both know a little bit of Italian, so between the 3 of us talking with him, we're kind of helping him out, trying to help him with his English as well. Some, you know, if some of his posts seem confusing, I kind of go in and I'll ask him what it was he meant to say, so then I can go in and comment, okay, this is what the post is about. And there's other ones that I'm just sitting there going, I spent 3 hours chatting with him the other night, and I still have no clue what he was asking about on the Voyager.
Yeah,
I think
sometimes you just got to scroll by that stuff and let somebody else
Yeah.
figure it out, you know?
Yeah, I've had to do that a few times where I'm just sitting there going, I don't have enough Romulan ale right now.
Or Ractigino for that matter.
Aractigino, yeah, I'm you know, late night drinking one right now.
Yeah.
And then yeah, I know I've got some people messaging me asking me when I'm going to put the next episode out of Analogs, and I'm like, Well, let's see here. The doctor showed up, so that's pretty much where we left her. And by the way, what do you know about the history of Kalis? And they're like, "You can't do this to us. You can't make us wait this long." Yeah, I can. yeah, I can. I can make you wait that long. I'm the author.
Right. Unless you're willing to write. Got it.
Yeah, I mean, unless you're willing to pay me for my writing.
Right.
Oh.
Okay, well, with that, I am going to jump off of here tonight. I still need to get
Okay,
dinner
thank you
yet.
for joining us. I greatly appreciate it. I know it's after 9 o'clock where you guys are, so I greatly appreciate it.
Right, thank you.
Oh, wait,
Oh,
we're in the same time zone, right?
No,
We're in
yes, we
Iowa.
are.
Yeah,
It's
so we're,
just
Oh, you're in
after
Iowa?
area.
Oh, okay.
yeah, we're Iowa, so we're directly north of
So
you,
you're north of me.
pretty much.
Okay.
Yep, we're in
Oh,
the
that
same
means I
time
can
zone.
annoy the heck out of you when I try. I'll make a long trip home to South Dakota.
Ah, okay. All right.
I'm out of Sioux Falls, South Dakota. That's where I grew up at.
Okay, so you do
I
go
spent a lot
north
of my
and then
time.
cut across 80 to get there? Is that how you do it?
I think so. Or go up through St. Louis and then come up, come up through that route. I've done both of them. Needed to get home through a snowstorm.
I'm gonna call it quits too. This dialysis is kicking my butt.
Oh, yes, geez, okay. Get some
Yeah,
rest.
Allergies have been real bad around here. It's been super dry, and then whatever that tropical storm pulled up behind it. I'm surprised I've been able to talk as much as I have. I've dealing with allergies myself.
Well, we will talk. I will talk at you later.
All right.
Good seeing everybody.
Bye.
Robin, I'll talk to you